This is gonna be my most controversial video, but I think it's time we do a Bluelock tier list. Alright, let's do a Bluelock tier list. I'm just gonna go over every character, all 30 some Bluelock characters after the second selection. I'm sick right now, so I'm gonna just do this. This video is just gonna be long and not very edited. Okay, here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in introduction order. I think I got everybody, if I'm not mistaken. So let me just go. I'm gonna rearrange it, but I'm gonna just go over the don't care. There are some characters in here I do like Hiragi, but it doesn't really matter because he's not prevalent in the main story. Especially this fuck Nishioka. He was cool to me. He had like a cool design. It kind of reminded me of Tanuki, but he never got injured and got on the field. This guy, I actually always liked this guy's hair. Ever since the first episode. Hiragi, he was so cool. Going up against Nagi and his team in the 3v3. I remember in the spinoff, it was actually he 3-0'd Nagi, which is pretty interesting at the time, but then lost the lead and got 5-3'd, and that's crazy, letting a guy score 5 goals on you. Choke of the century. If you let a dude and his team score 5 goals on your team after you scored 3, it's just up. But for his time, he was pretty cool. The guy, I swear, it feels like a racist caricature, but it doesn't matter. This nigga is Japanese and has dreads. This nigga is too stone faced. This nigga big for no reason. He's actually my least favorite. He's chill. I ain't got nothing against him. This nigga looks like some nigga from America. This guy, his name's Taiga. I know some of their names. Should I forget his name? This is Sada Madara. Yeah. I know a few of them, but it doesn't matter. His design was kind of cool. Wakatsuki. Yo, Kirio, this Bluelock YouTuber, he has a whole freaking video on him. It's so freaking funny. Or at least when he brutally ranked every player in the U20 match. He was one of the worst, and that part in his video was funny as hell. The other one, my brother, This guy, I like this hair in the anime, but never did none. This nigga is just a sleepyhead, I think. He was decent, so I guess I'll put him up. He did something, I guess, in the episode Nagi. This guy, everybody likes this guy's character design, but I just don't. I don't mess with his short hair. This nigga is literally named like Tanuki or something. I ain't really none, feelings towards him. Neo, buff nigga. Got out buffed by Ren crazy. Shit, I forgot his name. Freaking sad he never got on the field during the EDL. Ishikari. Tall. And that's it. Me personally, I don't be hating the side characters like some of these niggas be having mental breakdowns at these motherfuckers. But I'm not one of them. Okay, I got the introduction order as best as I can. Like first selection, second selection, U20, NEL. Yeah, so Isagi Yoichi. My opinion, there was a different tier list I had made a while back. Let me see if I still got it. Yeah, it's right here. It's of everybody. Dang, I'm still missing freaking Kaiser, Sai, Charles. Damn. Ness, Lorenzo. I might do a part 2 or something, or add on. I don't know, bro. Or maybe I'll just add them later on. and I'll finish. I'll probably do this half now, then add another half later on. Usagi Oichi, low-key the best basic character, and not like basic in a bad way, basic in a very good way. His skills and development throughout the series is pretty satisfying and very fast compared to like any other main character. Him during NEL was pretty crazy. So he's getting an A or maybe even an S. I'm not too sure. Me, when it comes to characters, I just like side characters more. So I'm just gonna put side characters just because they're side characters above Isagi. But Isagi is one of the best players in the series in the Bluelock program. And this list is gonna get very controversial later on. We're not even ranking skill, but I am gonna talk about their skill going through this with certain characters because certain niggas need to be talked about when compared to other niggas. Batra. Everybody loves this happy little boy. He has almost scored in every single arc. I think he's got an assist each arc for sure. Did he get an assist in the U20? I don't think so. But still, his dribbling skills gets better and better every single time.
And Rin is not a better dribbler. Stop saying that shit.
And I think I like him better than Isagi. Like him, Batra and Toya on Barcha. Them two, despite losing, cooking up while they still can, no matter what. Just a happy dappy little guy. How can you hate Batra? There's a TikTok that hates Batra for no reason, and that literally he has no good reason to hating him. He just hates him just because he don't like his character. That's pretty much it. Shiggity is one of my favorite characters. I like the character design. I like the pretty boyness. I like pretty boy characters, and his speed as a weapon is pretty freaking insane. In this second selection, cooking like a motherfricker against Isagi when he was with Baro and Nagi. So much so he got picked up, and then outspeeding Rin, obviously, to score a goal for that match. And then him being at the start being scared to use his speed, and then Isagi's like, "Move, little nigga," awakening him, and then the rest is history. But I'm one of those firm believers that he is gonna tear his shit again. He's gonna tear his with his ACL. He's gonna something. He broke his entire fucking leg in the anime. But I'm a firm believer he is gonna do that. But I'm here for it. And him during the NEL carrying Manshine City, dang near a goal each freaking match, which the author, he needs to reveal who scored in each game. Y'all know how after the Manshine and PXG game, it showed the score that Rin scored a hat trick and Chiggity scored. They need to do that for every match, for every character. All matches 1 through 10, so we can know who did what, because we're still confused if Baro scored 5 goals or 7. I'm saying he probably scored 5 because of how low he got, how low ball he got compared to Shido. But that's some talk for later. But he's going an S. Kunigami is low-key my least favorite out of the Egoist 4. The only thing really interesting that I could say that I'm waiting for still is that wildcard flashback. Otherwise, he just wasn't really my type of character, but he was still cool for like his like own little regard. Did that make any sense? It doesn't matter. Raichi, he's cool. I hate how some people I feel like overrate him at his position, but I know he's gonna get better to fill people's expectations. But as of right now, compared to like a Karasu, he's not as good as him for that position, let's just say, in terms of skill. But hey, he be on demon time, and I will give him that. He punched Ray on his throat, or no, he got punched in the throat by Rayo took this shit like a champ. He's low-key a clutch character. I feel like he is gonna come in clutch when it's his time to shine in this arc. So maybe I'll give him a C. Hey, Gagamaru. Gagamaru has a lot of glazers, but I understand the glaze. Our only goalkeeper compared to Fukaku, and he's better at Fukaku at the job. So of course he's gonna get all his glaze. And I feel like at some point though, he's gonna get injured, and we're gonna have to swap Fukaku Gen in. And Fukaku Gen has a 50-50 chance of cooking or burning the whole kitchen down. And how long has it been in Bluelock? It's only been like ever since the U20 match, he's only been goalkeeper for like a couple of months. So I do gotta give him that respect. So he's really like that. Imagine him during the second selection though, he probably would have cooked on Team Asagi or something. Igaguri. I didn't even know Igaguri was supposed to be the comedy relief character. I thought he was just a goofball, which same thing. But when I think of the term comedy, the comedy character, I forgot the term already. I would have never thought it was him. But I mean, I really don't like Igaguri. But the thing I will give him is his little talk with Nagi a few chapters ago. But he's still getting F, I'm sorry. And if he does come back, hopefully it's like something comedy relief like. Like he's freaking selling hot dogs and t-shirts in the stands or something. Him doing that in the final match of Japan and let's say France. If that's the finals. What if he's there watching the game and he's selling t-shirts or something? That'd be fire. But for now, I'm just putting him in F because I like everybody else over him. Even Hiragi, but Hiragi... Should I put Hiragi up? I gave him like a low description. You know what? I'm putting Hiragi up. I don't care. Hiragi, I like Hiragi more than Raichi. Hot take. Baro is a force to be reckoned with. And people need to stop disrespecting him. I forgot to say, he's not my kind of character, but I do love his skill. In defense for Shido. So I'm gonna give him an A. Him going 5-1 against Isagi in the first selection. Then getting bitched by Isagi in the second selection. Then making a low comeback in the second selection. Then in the U20 match scoring a goal. Was it off of Isagi or I forget, not like specifically off of Isagi, but like was the pass going towards Isagi? I don't remember. And then to him in the NEL cooking up with Ubers. That's a good character right there. And narratively wise, if you actually read the story, narrative is of spoken out words compared to Shido. Baro should be the better player, but since he got screwed over the rankings, and since we don't know how many goals he scored, Shido is supposed to be better. So here's what I want. I want Shido and Baro to have a rivalry to prove who is better. Like who's gonna score more goals in their match when they're both on the field. I feel like if Baro is supposed to be better, Baro will win this, beat Shido. But they could do it like this too actually. Shido could think he's below Baro, and they're gonna make Shido surpass Baro. And then we get his backstory. We get Shido's backstory. And then the winner of that rivalry would be Shido. That's what I want from this story. But overall, Baro as a character, he's an A for me. Nico, little buff ass. He has cool eyes. He has a cool character design. And him going from striker to defense is actually a pretty cool change for his character at the time. So maybe I'll put him high B. I feel like Ryu is better though, but I feel like that's how it is because Nico is going to become better than Ryu at defense. That's what I feel like. Okay, he's on Tetsu. Tetsu doesn't really impress me that much. Just a speedster. He was cracking during the first selection, second selection, but then after that, freaking just Zantetsu being Zantetsu. So I'll just put him in D. Yo, the picture of him in the freaking Manshine jersey was so freaking funny when Nagi got eliminated. But hopefully not just him, but every other character gets their time to shine in this arc. Rail, okay. I liked Rail since the start. He was one of my favorites during the first selection. And then second selection, obviously he broke up with his boyfriend, or they was having relationship problems. Y'all know how that go. And then third selection, he's trying to find his own footing in this while he's away from Nagi. Actually, during the second selection, trying to find his own footing. Then third selection, finds his own footing a little bit. And now, well, during the NEL, well, he was cooking in U22, but during the NEL, goes back to Nagi, going against his development. And now since he's gone, since Nagi is now eliminated, he can get back on track and be the better player that he needs to become to prove his parents wrong. And I've been actually really enjoying it. So maybe for now, I'm gonna put Rayo in S because I just fuck with Rayo like that. Now, Seishiro Nagi. It's crazy how 50-50 you could be. You either hate him or love him. Or love him or hate him. I say I fuck with Nagi, but during the NEL, I was not impressed. Obviously, he was doing shit, so why would I like Nagi when he's doing shit? And I was really fucking excited for that Manshine and PXG game. I literally thought at the time he could have had a chance to beat Rin, because I felt like we probably could have like switched it up with the different teams, have like Rin lose some, maybe Asagi lose against Ubers. But no, instead Rin fucking destroyed him because Nagi's was losing his fire after facing Isagi. And Nagi not even wanting to play soccer in the first place, him getting to as good as he was pretty impressive. Same with Rayo, he's also been playing for as long as Nagi. That's why I really put Rayo in S, because he ain't even been doing it for a year. And he's going to surpass the whole team, potentially. But Nagi's potential, he could get better, which I know he's going to get better. But to be honest, like, personally for me, I feel like, yeah, he does the cool moves and shit, which is like what I like to see. But I feel like when he fell off, it kind of really like not like him as much. Bro, what the fuck? But not like, well, character development. I love his character development, but at the same time, that really threw me off of him. So maybe I'll give him a C above Raichi. I wonder if I'm cooking with my tier list so far to some people. I know the Nagi one's controversial. I'm gonna get real controversial when I get freaking a little bit in. I'm trying to make sure I get as much detail as I can off of each character. And speaking of cool shit, when it comes to different playstyles, I think it's his playstyle I don't like too much, but it's like, no, I like his playstyle. It's just him falling off. Rin's playstyle, specifically when he got introduced during the second selection, that's S tier Rin to me. But when he faced Isagi in the NEL, what made him the top player, to me, all that went out the window when he was so-called a genius, not thinking rationally. But the whole time he was beating Isagi during the second selection is because he was rational. But compared to Isagi at the time, that's what it looked like because of how much knowledge Isagi lacked. So that's probably why he was so rational at the time. But I do like it better when he was rational. Which in his last chapter, 320, he was rational enough in a way to where, okay, yeah, that's the Rin I know. And him still obviously doing the impossible shit, like scoring the goal off Isagi's back. That's not really like, well, that's genius, but it's also he's like one of the only niggas that can do it. And at this point, I can't even like hate Rin or like him anymore. He's like just boom right there on the meter. So I might just give him an A, because I get that feeling Calculated Rin is slowly coming back for a little bit, and then he's gonna go back to being destruction. Actually, no. His character development for this arc is to balance it. So if he balances it and goes back to the way he was, then yeah, that's a S tier character for me. I am biased, obviously, just like everybody else, but I still like the other characters. Some niggas would like Rin. I didn't even talk about the fans with each character, but well, the Isagi fan base is one of the worst. But whoever your favorite character is, they'll glaze them and just hate on a whole other striker. That's so lame to me. It's like, if you like that character that much and then hate the other character that much, what the fuck are you doing reading the series? And obviously that don't make sense, but when you read it, it kind of like, when I read shit like that, it kind of fucks with me. It feels like gang wars. Am I making sense? I have no idea. And like I said, me liking every character, there's some obviously I don't like. We're missing Tokimitsu. I never really liked Tokimitsu. You know, I'll talk about him more when I get to a specific character. But niggas calling Tokimitsu, you know, just let me shut up. Speaking of Tokimitsu, oh, Tokimitsu right here, I'm stupid. Are you? By the way, I don't know if I want to add music or not. I kept getting copyrighted for my last couple of videos, so unless I find some type of other music, I'm probably just gonna leave it blank. I kind of like it blank, but it'd be too quiet blank. Are you? I like his personality. That's really why I like his character. And him in the second selection was pretty good. Scoring that goal against Isagi, that was one of my favorite goals that arc. And then him being a defender, that's perfect for him. And I don't, and listen, honestly, with the other fans, they act like a character isn't good because he isn't a striker. They need to shut that shit up. I don't care if Ryu never becomes a striker ever again. What he's doing right now is beneficial to Bluelock as a whole, and I appreciate that he's at least on the fucking field. Because some niggas' favorite character, Tokimitsu, here ain't even fucking here no more. Tokimitsu gets a fucking maybe F. I'm being too harsh, but to be honest, when I saw some tier lists and they ranked him over another character that I didn't even get to yet, it pissed me off. Which I can't even say it until I get to that character, because this character doesn't have that many fans, but I still like him because of who he was with at the time. But it's his personality as well. I don't like it. The timid shit, that doesn't interest me. And his character design, I don't really like. So that's a double whammy. So he's weighing F. And now onto a nigga that's low key that nigga, Karasu. Now, with me, my brain likes to expand. So, thought I heard something. So, let's say when Isagi was facing his people in his stratum, I always wonder what be going on in the other stratums. And then Karasu being one of those niggas that was never in our stratum, and him showing up being skillful with Otoya, that shit like that is always cool and interesting to me. And I low-key wish they do a spinoff of Karasu, because I want to see who he was facing and how he was facing him. And then it interests me a little bit. A lot bit. But I have no idea if we'll ever even get that. So from him and their selection, I actually really liked. I liked both his goals. They're pretty fucking cool to me. And they were up 4-2 against Rin and Shido. That type of dominance was never seen before. So Karasu was really bitching this nigga Rin at the time. And then they lost through the plot because Isagi was on their team. Let's just say it how it is. But that ain't bad. But if Isagi wasn't on either team, I feel like Karasu would have won. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Karasu would have won. And him being a good player during the U20, pretty good. And him in the NEL, pretty decent too. I could also talk about the rankings. But what does that really matter? Well, until I get to this character. Toya. Right, so since I was on TikTok during like the Bluelock Prime, I got spoiled on the manga pretty much. And I looked up who were the next people to enter in Bluelock after the second selection. This was before the final episode of the first season came out. I read Karasu, Otoya, and Yukimiya. So these three, I loved from the start. I was very excited to meet them, which is why I really like Otoya. And he was the person I was talking about compared to this fuckhead. Some dumbasses really ranked him. People really ranked Tokimitsu trash ass over Otoya because Otoya during the it all stems from the U20 match, and this pisses me off. And it's retarded thinking. Just because a nigga gets subbed off during a match doesn't mean they're fucking garbage. That makes no sense. And when niggas said Otoya was trash, it never made sense to me. Cause then in the NEL, in the freaking Manshine match against FC, Otoya scored a goal, which he obviously desperately needed because of how much niggas laying on him. He scored a goal. He scored 2 goals. And then niggas want to switch up like, oh, okay, Otoya is this, Otoya that. Like, no, fuckhead. Look at their fucking abilities and at the time of when they did it to determine, like, their kind of skill level. And not them getting subbed the fuck off. That always bothered me. Especially when he was ranking Tokimitsu dumbass over him. Which made it worse, because then Tokimitsu ended up getting eliminated anyway. It was so fucking stupid. It pisses me off, but Otoya, he's not like as good as I think he is. Well, he's not up here. Like in terms of skill, I feel like honestly, it's debatable for me. I don't know if he's better than Hiyori, because Hiyori hasn't scored any goals. Otoya has, and if we're talking about strikers, Otoya is a better striker than Hiyori. Even though Hiyori is a midfielder, but even still as a player, I feel like Otoya is better. Maybe. Unlike Yukimiya though. Yukimiya got trashed on. Yukimiya's been getting trashed on ever since his final summit. Well, niggas ain't like him since the Manshine match. But overall, as like a character, obviously he's not as developed, not as important. But I just like his character design too on top of that. So those are my defenses for him. His character design. Well, and he's green. So that's pretty much it. So maybe I'll put him like, I like him more than Ryu. I like him more than Ryu a little bit. And maybe Barrows. Let me switch that. Maybe something like that. Maybe I like him more than Saki. I don't know. But somewhere around that ballpark. Right. Well, and it didn't help that he was trash in that match, in the U20 match. So I guess I can see where some people come from with him not being like that good, but he's still fucking good. Especially he got 9th. And then niggas want to say that really doesn't mean nothing because of how the rankings work. Well, how the fuck else are we supposed to determine their skill level if the so-called rankings don't measure up? I know it really don't with some people, but this is all we have to determine everybody. So if he gets 9th, he has to be someone good. That's my logic, and that's regular logic. But I don't know. Niggas still hate him. Well, niggas hate Borrow for no reason. All because of fucking fuck-ass Shido, but I still like Shido. But it's their fan bases specifically. Shido fans, they make me hate Shido more. Isagi fans, they actually don't make me hate Isagi. I just hate them. Rin fans are abysmal. Otoya fans don't exist. Borrow fans have one nigga. Shiggy fans wants to fuck him.
What?
Hiyori fans wants to fuck him.
What?
I don't know. There's good and bad in all communities, I know. Yukimiya at the time, 3rd selection, and then in his match against Nagi, I really fucked with that a lot because I was very excited. Alright, because I read the manga after the anime, and so that was amazing. At that time, he would have probably gotten like an S or an A, but for now, he's kind of fallen off. So I'll probably just give him a B. Above these two though, for sure, because I still how his playstyle and shit I still like better than Nico's. And Shido Ryusei at the time for the U20 match, since I read the manga after the first season, Shido was in contention to be as good or better than Red. But ever since then, people really don't agree with that anymore. But I feel like he's gonna get there. It's just the other arcs were focused for other people. This arc, I feel like this arc is for him. And if he has that rivalry with Borrow, it's gonna push him. But I still like him as a character, so I'll put him probably B. He has probably one of the most satisfying playstyles, like Nagi. When they score and shit, when they do their goals. But I like his goals in the 2nd selection a lot. I like his twirl twist and shit, his back kick shit, and the twirl around the big ass nigga, this nigga. I really like those goals. I like more goals like that for acrobatic characters, besides they're just like flippity flip kicks, which obviously their flippity flip kicks are good, but I like the variety. And if Shido can do more goals like that, then he's gonna go up. But U20, he was a demon. His prime. And he falls off. But that's obviously not the character's fault. That's just who was important at the time. Which was Rin, Asagi, and Kaiser. Well, that's really why he got shut off so quickly, is because he wasn't important. That wasn't his arc. That's why he got the goal so quickly, to prove that yeah, he's still good. And that's why he got 3rd, to prove that he's still good. Which he should have just got 4th, though. He should have just got 4th. It wouldn't have been that bad, because he played less. Well, Borrow missed the game. Borrow missed the game. But then Shido didn't play that much in the Manchun game, when it was Manchun vs PXG. So I feel like he should have just got 130. It wouldn't have hurt him. Mr. Borrow kind of needed it more. Yo, okay, I'm starting to yap down. That makes no sense. Hiyori is probably my favorite character off of design. I really like his color palette. His color palette is one of my favorite colors besides green. And I like his playstyle as a midfielder a lot, and what he did in the midfield. 3rd selection, he was doing decent, and in the U20, decent, and NEL, that was his breakout when he actually started trying. I barely remember that fucking Ubers game they had. But that PXG game, well, he fell off during that more towards the end, but the start of PXG, Hiyori was fucking banging. helped Isagi score, block range shot. He was talking his shit too. It was freaking awesome. So I will put him here because a lot of these are off character design too. I like colorful shit. Also, he already might be Blasian. He might be. Might get a little DNA test. His pigment may come in late. Who knows? None to say. Nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? He's just a bumpkin. He's just a bumpkin. He tried during PXG. Did all he can in what his character's supposed to be. See, now, that's why I said before, I hope everybody gets their moment and evolve. Not to say evolving, becoming better will break the internet. It's people like that, when they're not that skilled and they become more skilled, that be like some of the best feelings. Okay, that'd be the best. So he's actually one of my least favorite, but I don't hate him. And now Oliver IQ. I think he's half German, half Sweden, half Japanese. Now when he got introduced as a threat, he was freaking everything up for Bluelock. You know, one thing I do realize, I'm not very good at articulating these things, and I'm sick on top of that, so I'm really not at the best. That's just something I wanted to say real quick. But Aiku, he's a very good player. He has a very cool design. He had a cool backstory. He does what he needs to do. No one really hates him. So he's definitely like an A. So I'll probably like him. I probably might like him more tomorrow. Actually, probably not. I'm probably not RE either. But definitely like A. And he's the captain for the World Cup. And people was wondering, like, is it gonna be Aiku, Isagi, Karasu? I would have thought Isagi because he was the number one, but obviously there's more to that than just being number one. Alright, I really got some more stuff to say when it gets to Corona, because he's unhated too, but I really gotta drop some truth on y'all. Fukakugen doesn't do nothing for me too. I hate him more than Tokimitsu, to be honest. Probably not. But not more than he could agree, because he literally has done nothing. The only time he blocked the shot is when Rin did that fuck up shot with his left foot, and when he was going berserk mode. But he even blocked that shot. Freaking Rin missed because it grazed Aiku, if I remember correctly. I haven't even watched season 2 of Bluelock. I haven't watched Bluelock anime since it ended the first season. And then I read the manga, and that's when I realized manga is better than anime, because anime is in the corporate world, and in that world, shit could get fucked up, and hence why Bluelock season 2 sucks, animation wise. Frank, my nose is stuffy. So honestly, I hope this nigga actually develops and block a shot, because it will be generational, and I will be here for it. But for now, this nigga sucks. He's 6'3", buff and ugly. Damn. Sendo. Sendo's not a bad character. Not too skilled striker-wise, but he's very skilled defender-wise. And I feel like... And I feel like that's what he's going to realize. Right, they all had like special training too. I'm not going to talk about that, but his special training was freaking hilarious. And I'm going to wonder what his special training is going to correlate into. Me, I just know. I might put him in B because he could become something better this arc. Like U20, he was decent defending, and then I guess made regular. Did he defend, or did he got a goal at the end of Manshine? So I see, and I wonder when they sub niggas off, are they gonna do certain similar formations like that? Like Baro and Shido, Baro and Sendo like they did the Ubers, or are they gonna do something new? But new prediction though, I'm predicting that he's gonna become a defender or something like that, because he was too good at it. And now on to Corona. Obviously I like Corona, nobody hates Corona, but the thing that irks me about people that love Corona is the Otoya shit. Niggas was saying Otoya was not as good as Corona. And that just made no fucking sense. Especially when the nigga was top 4. I didn't even mention that. How do y'all think a nigga that was top 4 is worse than Tokimitsu? That didn't make no sense. And it would have never made sense. And okay, I want to compare it to wrestling. Two different worlds, wrestling and anime. But when a person, specifically Bluelock in wrestling, in wrestling scripting, a person can be good, but if it's not their time to shine, the author or the creator isn't gonna let them shine. That's why I feel like niggas think Otoya is so goddamn bad, because he wasn't shining at the time. Other people were, because it was their time in the story too. But it would be ironic if Otoya never develops, and then I'll just be talking my ass. But Corona, he's literally like the perfect sidekick. I feel like he can adapt to anybody. I know. No, wait, no, I'm thinking too hard. I'm thinking about something else. I will say, when him and Isagi was in that freaking Manchild game, and he was popping off. Man, oh man, that was freaking exciting and so satisfying. That's why I like the Manchild game the best in the whole series, because of the action. And niggas will say, like, obviously Uber had the better narrative, PXG, but I didn't enjoy PXG or Uber's like I did Manchild. Especially because I caught up the Bluelock when chapter 216 came out. So I read the whole manga to 215, and then I had to wait weekly. And that was literally the start of that Uber's match. So I can't think those games are better just because the narrative's better. If I didn't understand the narrative, because I couldn't remember the narrative, and I had to wait weekly. Are y'all keeping up? Because when I explain this shit, I don't keep up. But Otoya is better than Corona. That's obvious, right? Especially because he got fucking ninth. I don't want to hear his shit. And then Kiora. That Kiora, though, he was supposed to have his big moment in the NDL, but he really never. Oh, he got assist and made it 22nd or 21st. It was what it was. I kind of forget. And people were upset at that because his nickname is the Borderline. He was supposed to be the last one. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Why the fuck does it matter? He still would have made it. The assist was still a lot. People don't believe it should have been that much, but fucking Hiyori got the same amount. Pretty much. He got subbed on later on. Kiora played the full match and got an assist. So I don't understand why niggas say he got a Mickey Mouse goal when he, compared to Hiyori, played the full game plus an assist. When Hiyori played the final minutes and got an assist. I don't know. I feel like people don't think as well sometimes with shit because of the hyped upness. I feel like. But in terms of overall, well, him episode Nagi too. People who like to write on that, me included, because that was the only time he did something very important. I'll do above Shido, I think. I feel like that's, well, wow. Remember, I still like everybody. I don't hate nobody. It's just that some niggas' personalities I like better. Character design I like better. Play styles I like better. Obviously, it all comes down to preference. So if you get mad at this, you should only be mad because I said all the stuff about Otoya. Okay, I'll come back and finish it later.